Right, now I've got the outside done and I mount it on the chuck. First I've got to line the centres up because I've moved the headstock. Big dobber that I've got that I use. So you get it central, you tighten the chuck up, and hopefully that should run true. Pretty true. The test now is the strength of the tenon. So I've knocked it down to 60. Take the tailstock away. It's gone slightly out of true, but I'm not worried anyway because I'm going to be leaving it to dry and then true it up. So now that's on, I'll take the spindle off because I've done this before. Go to undo these and then the whole thing spins because you haven't got the spindle lock in. You basically just remove the thing, faceplate. Right, because I've got rather large uneven section to remove, I've reduced the tenon down to 60mm with about a 10mm depth grip. I'm going to use the tailstock until I get it flat, or flatter. With it being spalted wood as well, saves the risk of the tenon snapping. Have I ever said I'm lazy before? That's got alright, that's got rid of most of it. Making a meal out of this. That's two. Well, that'll be alright. Right, so now I've got to measure the depth. From the tenon, sorry, from the foot to the rim, 62. So I want it, say, 50 deep. So I know I can go 50 deep before I actually get. So it's going to be about 12mm. The actual bottom of the hollow end is going to be about 12mm shallower than the foot. So I'm going to turn this out now a little bit so it's easier on me. I'll show you a bit from this angle and then I'll get the camera situated a little bit better. What I do is to drill. You just dig the gouging, but not too far. shears scrape outwards. Oop. Right, that's as deep. Wait, oh, what's that? Got a bit of scar, and I thought there was a void or something, but it's that part of the crotch. I've got a void in the middle, but I'm going to situate the camera a little bit better. So I mean about that figure, gorgeous figure. Let's see if we can make this bow without destroying it. See what the quality of the cut is. I'm always stopping part way through. Quality of the cut isn't that great, so I'm going to sharpen the gouge. Right, I'm going to attempt now to finish the bowl without actually talking. That'll be a first, won't it? About 33, if that hasn't cleared itself. If you can't see it, you're going to have to trust me. About 35, side grain, about 30, and on the inside I'm guessing about 40. Well, 35, it's exactly the same. 38, so it is higher on the inside, which is understandable because I've churned a lot more out from more. It's going to be more concentrated on the inside than the outside. I'm going to record this one. I'm going to make this one a live edge. It's very loose bark, so the bark no doubt is going to come off. But it's a drive prong on one side, live centre on this side. With the live edge, obviously the faceplate has to go on the bark side, and it's too uneven to get it level. So what I've done is I've mounted it this way and made sure there's nothing touching. I'm going to go in with the bowl gouge and just scrape from the inside out and keep on going until I've got a flat base to put the faceplate on. Right up. Right up. So I make sure everything's tightened up. banjo was tight, but the tool post handle wasn't tight. And then the rest I'll do with the chisel. So I've still got that stub in the middle where the tailstock is. So that I'll just go along the grain, you know what I mean, with a chisel just to knock that off. Right, the face plate's on, nice and secure, nice flat base for it. Put it on the lathe. Now it's getting it round. Bit better, isn't it? Right, yeah, it's very, very rough here, which it will be. I was expecting it to be honest. I think my choice of doing a live edge bowl with wet spalted beech was a bad idea, but still got a flat there. I went a little bit overzealous with the chainsaw to cut the corners off so it could fit. So it's going to be a bit of a short diameter one, this one is. Right, same again, got tailstock support. It's only a 60mm tenon. So I've got tailstock support just to get most of this, just to get the rim established. I might have to take it away before I get the rim fully established, because it's sticking out a little bit further. There's quite a reach to get to that section. And I need the spindle gouge more that way as well, so I'll keep it there for now. So there it goes. Get out the line of fire, eh? Because it's loose bark. Yeah, tight. So I mean, it's getting closer now, closer to the same thickness as that. But I don't like it, to be honest. It's very rare that I do a live edge bowl. Oh, I hate doing these. Right, now then, I've sorted this rim out. Sorry, I forgot to put it back on record. The reason why the rim looks wrong is because of the curvature of the bark. It's just twigged in my head. I haven't done one of these live edges for so long. This rim here looks thinner than what it does there. And the reason why is just because that's flat, whereas this is curved. If that was flat as well, the same flatness as that, it'd look the same. But the problem that I've got now is I haven't got a fixed rim, so I can't measure the same as what I did before. It's not going to be accurate. So what I've done is I've got a threaded live centre, and I put this blank on it, and I know that the face of this blank is 400 millimeters or 40 centimeters from the point on this that the chuck the end of the chuck jaws contact, if that makes sense. So if this wood wasn't there, the distance between the front of the jaws and the face of this blank would be 400. So what I've got to do now is I've got to hollow this out, and as long as I don't move the headstock or the tailstock, I've got to hollow this out, and I need to stop going down when the distance between the inside of this blank, the inside of this hollowing, or the bottom of this hollowing, and the face of that is 385. That will give me a 15mm buffer, a 15mm you know what I mean, thickness of wood between the front of these jaws and obviously the base of this hollowing. If that makes any sense at all to you. It does in my head. So it's 400, I need to hollow this, so the distance between the hollowing and the face of this is 385. I'll double check those measurements and then I'll put it back on record. Yeah, the measurements were right, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to 380, so that'll give me 20mm or 2 cm. So this is going to be a little bit awkward. The distance at the moment is 360. So I know that I can go 20mm down, or 2 cm. Let's get going. So if I'm in contact, which it was. Build the speed up a bit. Watch your wrist, obviously. For this, actually, thinking about it, it's going to be easier for me, because I didn't plan this out very well, to put it on reverse and go the wrong side. That's better. Careful the gouge doesn't skip over the end of your tool post, tool rest. I don't know if you can see that, I'll just zoom in a little bit. Right, so measure that. Shooting for 380. That's 375. So I can go a little bit less, otherwise that'll be an inch thick. When I go that way, I'm just shear scraping. again. £380. So now you can see what I mean, can't you? Hopefully. Between that point and the face of this block, from that point there and the face of this block is 380. From the front of this block to the front of the chuck is 400. So it's 20 millimeters difference. So now I can get rid of this. That's what I mean about the live centre. And I've put, if I can get the damn thing off now. That's the face plate, and I've got drop that on the floor. That's this threaded live centre is M14 with a 1mm thread, and the 1mm pitch thread is too weak for wood, so I've had to make this metal thread from a 1 inch 8 TPI rod that I had, and I cut a set, drilled it, tapped it, and obviously cut it off, stuck it on. So that's a 1 inch 8 TPI, and that's a thread adapter 1 inch 8 TPI up to M33 3.5, which is the thread that I use. It's a very handy piece of kit. Watch my wrist again. And that's it, another bowl hollowed. I've had wait for that to dry out now. That's overload. So it's 45% plus. That's 45% plus as well. That surprises me. The other one, the other half was only about 35. Zoom out, show you my ugly mush. Angle it a little bit more. So that's that. That's that one, and also that one. I'll set this off the chuck now. Oh, I need sleep. I've done my usual. Did a 15-hour shift last night. Got home, had an hour's sleep, came straight in the shed. And what I should have done is had more sleep. So I think now's the time. Because what time's it now? Now that I've taken my watch off. The time now, 3:20 in the afternoon. So I'll give myself a couple of hours sleep and go out, I think. But that's the tenon. Tenon, nice flat foot, nice curve. It's got some chip out here that will get sorted out when I chew it up. I think, to be honest, that rim's going to have to be a little bit lower. So I think when this warps, I've turned this a little bit, the walls of this a little bit too thin at the top. But it does curve more upwards on the outside than on the inside. So at some point down there, I'm going to get to a point where I've got a rim, a solid rim. And that'll give me the opportunity to get rid of that section there as well. Forward planning, I think I've got to teach myself to get more rest before I come out rather than just jumping on the damn lathe. This is the other one. Some nice character spalting in there. These look like ridges, but they're not. These are growth rings, I think. Yeah, these are the growth rings. These here. And then that's the outside. That's very wet there. So yeah, I'd give it probably, at that wall thickness, probably a couple of months. Maybe about a month and a half to a couple of months, and that'll be dry enough to round off, to true up. So another thing that I do, I put the wood, because I always forget, on a tenon. Fantastic thing about a tenon, you can write down all the information about it. So spalted SP beech, OL for overload, so I know that it was 45% plus, and today's date, which is the 30th of September 2017. I'll probably look back at this video in about 10 years time and think, God, what an amateur. And on this one it was about 30, weren't it? It was about 32 to 38, I think, percent. Spalted beech. And the 30th of the 9th, 2017. There you go. So, as usual with my videos, I hope you've learnt something at least, or if not, at least you've had a laugh or a few groans like, oh God, what's he doing that for? There's a better way of doing that. But yeah, have a good weekend, have a good rest of the year, or I suppose whenever you're watching it, yeah, have a good time. God, I need bed. Stab myself in the stomach while I'm turning the damn camera off.